Hey y'all, so it's Rasheeta Joy from Pretty Pump Fitness, and today I have a video for you how to go vegan for beginners. How to go vegan easily. I'm gonna cover all that in this video, so I got 5 tips. My 5 tips. Not 5 tips you've seen somewhere else, okay? My 5 tips on how to be vegan easily for beginners, like you maybe. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, I got my little handy dandy iPad here because I took notes, all right? So my first tip, which is very similar to a lot of people's first tip, is to know your reason why. Why do you want to be vegan? Why do you want to be plant-based? Once you understand and you establish your reason why, it makes it a lot easier. Okay, so if you're like, I want to be vegan for the animals, I want to be vegan for the environment, I want to be vegan to save my life, save my health, I want to make a good impact on my family's medical history, know your reason why and write it down, okay? Because when the temptations come around, you want to make sure that you have it visible on your refrigerator, okay, in your phone as a screensaver. Make sure you have that reason why posted around you, because you're learning something new, you're learning something different, and your mind will automatically go to the foods and the things that you were used to doing. So you want to make sure that you have your reason why, that you're constantly reminded about your reason why. So that's step 1, know your reason why. Step 2, start with whole foods, okay? Some people like to start with, the processed foods as like beginner foods or foods that can kind of help you transition. Not over here, okay? I find that to be actually detrimental to your health and to your psyche, okay? Start with whole foods. If your reason for going plant-based or vegan is because you're trying to save your life, save your health, make a good impact on your family's medical history, you want to eat the vegetables, okay? Eat the vegetables, eat the fruit. So I always say start with whole foods. Find your favorite fruit, your favorite vegetable. Start looking up recipes on how to make it even more delicious, how to change the flavors of it, okay? Start with whole foods. You can also join my program and I will teach you how to make whole foods, big vegetables like cabbage and eggplant and mushrooms into fulfilling that plate void that people usually experience when they are transitioning to eating whole food plant-based. Example, most people are used to eating chicken, rice, and green beans, or chicken, potatoes, and broccoli, right? So in my program, and what I encourage you to do is learn how to actually replace that chicken with a vegetable, all right? The other 2 sides are quite fine, okay? In that case, all right? So replace that chicken with eggplant, or replace that chicken with a mushroom, or replace it with zucchini or squash. That might sound different, right? Replace that big piece of food with a big vegetable. You got me? So that's my step 2, is learning how to do that. And that's not the easiest thing. You might need a coach to help you learn how to do that. But instead of cutting up those zucchinis small and chopped up like that, make a big slice, cut it into a big slice like a zucchini boat, and you will fill that void on the plate that used to be chicken or fish or turkey. Let's go on to my 3rd step. Now, I told you my steps aren't like everybody else's steps, okay? My steps are quite different. 3rd step would be to learn your spices, learn your seasonings, because when you are whole food plant-based, you are going to be using a lot of spices, a lot of seasonings, okay? And if you're using salt and pepper and onion powder, that's not gonna cut it, okay? You need to learn what spices actually go into taco seasoning, like when you want Mexican influenced food, what spices go into Jamaican influenced food, okay? What are they using in Asian food? What are the main ingredients and spices that create those flavors? You feel me? Okay, so like, let's say you want to make some kind of Asian cuisine. You know they love to use scallions or green onions, garlic, sesame oils, okay, onions. Those are usually some bases of their foods, all right? If you want to do Jamaican cuisine, for example, they like to use scotch bonnet, they use green onions, they'll use garlic, they'll use ginger, they use thyme, okay? So spending some time actually understanding culinary arts a little bit, okay? Or even just going to the supermarket and grabbing that taco seasoning pack, look on the back of the ingredients and see what they use in that taco seasoning pack. Cumin, chili powder, oregano, salt, pepper. You know, you'll learn how to make those beans, legumes, and vegetables have the taste of what you're looking for in those spices, okay? Like if you're trying to make turkey, you're going to use rosemary, you're going to use sage, you feel me? Okay, so spend some time and actually learn your spices, because that's how the food is going to be enjoyable. And if it's not enjoyable, you ain't going to eat it. So learn your spices. Okay, so now we're at step 4, okay, on how to go vegan for beginners. And like I said, I know you guys are expecting somebody to say, oh, try the vegan burgers, try the Impossible stuff and the Beyond Meat stuff, processed food stuff. But I'm not saying that because I don't really believe in those foods to help you transition to being vegan. I believe that you should actually go whole food, plant-based. Even if you are doing it for other reasons than for your health, you still need to be healthy, right? It's still good to have a healthy habit, even when we're trying to save the world, okay? That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel, okay? So my next step would be to try new foods. Try new foods, okay? People love to do the Meatless Monday. I'm not a fan of the Meatless Monday. I'm not a fan of Meatless Monday, unless your reason is like, oh, I just want to go vegan once a week. But most people want to be vegan and they actually want to do it. So try new foods, okay? One way of doing that, I guess it's like 4 and 5, right? One way of doing that is go down that produce aisle and look around and say, oh, I've never tried dandelion greens before. Let me look up a recipe on how to try that. Oh, I've never tried maitake mushrooms before. Let me look up a recipe and try that. Oh, I've heard there's really great benefits to eating lion's mane mushrooms. Let me try that recipe, okay? If you feel like you're limiting yourself from an abundance of foods, being plant-based can seem really small. But really what I want you to think about is expanding your cabinet, okay? You're just expanding your cabinet. You're not making it smaller. You feel me there? So instead of saying, oh, I can't have this and I can't have that, just think of like, I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna add broccolini into my diet. I like asparagus. I've eaten asparagus, but let me add Swiss chard into my diet. It doesn't mean that you have to remove something to add something in, right? Even if you are trying to transition and you are still eating meat, you don't have to say, I'm not going to eat chicken anymore forever and ever. You could just say, for now, let me add in butter beans. Let me add lentils into my diet. Let me add, okay? So if you are going through the transition, and of course you still may be eating, you know, chicken or beef or things like that, instead of feeling like you had to remove all those things all at once, think of adding these things, not just on the Meatless Monday, but every day, okay? So for example, if you're going to Whole Foods to make a salad at the salad bar and you usually fill it with chicken, you don't necessarily have to remove the chicken from the salad that you was gonna make, you know, chicken salad.
It's a chicken salad.
You can add chickpeas. You can have chickpeas and chicken. And then Monday you might be like, you know what? I really enjoy the chickpeas. I'm gonna get rid of the chicken. You feel me? So look at it as adding foods. So trying new foods and incorporating those into your diet. Now my final step for you, this might be the most fun step of them all, would be to try new restaurants, okay? Instead of going to the same Applebee's or Chili's or, you know, Ruth Chris, you know, those restaurants, instead of going to the same ones that you frequently regular, look up your area, try to find new cuisine, right? Try to find new restaurants. You can look up a vegan or a plant-based restaurant. Again, try to opt for healthier options, all right? Don't opt for the vegan burgers that we see frequently, okay? find a plant-based restaurant. And when you go to these restaurants, order something on the menu. I'm just about sure they'll create it something different. You know, they'll make a cashew cream sauce, or they'll make some kind of mushroom or some kind of pasta or something, and you really will enjoy it. Next thing you know, you trying to copy that recipe, and you go home and you got something else under your belt as a new vegan dish to make. Okay, so try different restaurants. You know, get out there, explore, try healthier foods outside, because they will actually inspire you to keep the journey going. Okay. The other thing I will say too is try international foods. Okay, because we know what burgers are like. We know what tacos, even vegan tacos, are like. We know a vegan donut is about the same as a regular donut. Vegan ice cream is about the same as regular ice cream, okay? But do you know what Ethiopian food is like, right? Ethiopian food, they have a large variety of vegan foods. So look up an Ethiopian food restaurant in your neighborhood. Greek food, they have a large selection, Mediterranean food, large selection of vegan foods, okay? Even Jamaican foods, they have usually a little ital is vital section where on the menu where they have plant-based foods, okay? Experiment beyond your normal day-to-day restaurant, all right? Indian cuisine, okay? They have a large section of, especially like South Indian foods, delicious, okay? Try different kinds of foods. That is another way to expand your palate. And so it will give you creativity when you are trying to cook your own foods at home. Now, eating whole food plant-based does require you to be cooking, right? But we know that when we cook our foods, we know exactly what's inside of them. We know how much salt we're using, how much sugar we're using. It's really one of the best ways to maintain our health and to have long life. Period. Okay. A lot of other countries, most people are cooking their food. It's here in America where we have fast food that's just so convenient, and it makes it difficult for us to be disease free. All right. You know, other countries have fast food as well, but that started here. We took that bad habit somewhere else. All right. So get to cooking. If you want to transition, please, you know, send me a message, send me an email. I would love to help you on that journey. I specialize in helping specifically women transition to eating whole food, plant-based. I've been doing it now for about 5 years. I absolutely love it. Women see a lot of changes in their health, in their skin, in their performance, performance in their sport, performance at work, performance in their marriage with their kids, okay, all kinds of things. So if you feel like your doctor's telling you you need to go plant-based, you just don't know how, or it's something that you've always wanted to do but you keep failing at it, definitely send me an email. Check out my website at prettypumpfitness.com. You'll learn so much. Follow me on Instagram, and then subscribe to this video if you found anything in this video helpful, and give it a thumbs up because it'll help me build this YouTube channel. All right, guys, thank you so much. My name's Rasheeta, and I'll see you guys in the next video.